My hair was blonde, she says, with a lingering sense of certainty. And this stone is mine. The east wind whips through the maples lining the field, tearing down the final reminders of fall. She watches the dying leaves curl gently in the breeze, tumbling down to rest in little orange piles before another gust cleans them away. She closes her eyes and lets the breeze pass through her. She leans into it, and it catches her by the shoulders, holding her up, cradling her. Her hair. There was something about her hair. It was blonde, she almost screams as she throws open her eyes and wraps her gaze around the familiar maples and on the lights just coming on in the valley below. She wonders if they still speak of her there. Is there anything left of her? Any reason to still whisper her name? She wonders. She wonders how their mouths would look as they pronounce each syllable. She tries to read the lips of her dreams for some clue, for some semblance of a sound, but there's nothing. Just the east wind and the cold rains, and the slowly melting marble beside her, which drips and bulges like wax. There's a dimple there that could have been a C, and a swirl that might be an 8. But there's no name, no memory left. Just a lingering sense of how her blonde curls felt when they were blown across her face. She watches the few people who still pass through the field, sometimes a mother with a stroller, or at night young lovers in the grass. She watches and asks, "Did I? Was I?" But only the east wind answers back. So she clings to what she still knows and fixes her thoughts on another spring. "My hair was blonde," she whispers. "My hair was blonde." The crunching of the leaves startles her at first. It's a moment before she recognizes them as footsteps. She turns to see a girl walking along the row, slowing every few paces to glance at the stones. Her hair is blonde. It curls gently as it falls over her shoulders. She watches it, transfixed, as the girl stops for a moment to run her fingers along the dimple and the swirl. Then she gets up and keeps walking, down the hill, towards the maples. It all seems so familiar. She wonders. She wonders, and she follows. A great gust cuts through the field, sending the leaves into a fury. She watches as the girl stops and braces herself against the chill. She fiddles with her scarf, pulling it tighter around her neck. She seems pensive, distracted, as though a thought were about to crest on her lips. My name. Just say my name. The girl begins to walk again, glancing to her left and right, just noticing how dark the evening has become. She quickens her pace, again looking around her, then breaks into a jog. The marble and granite glow in the gathering moonlight, blazing a trail to the road. The leaves crunch loudly in the silence. Please. I'm right here. The girl begins to run now. She keeps her eyes fixed on the road, not daring to glance to her sides as she passes the final rows. Her feet touch asphalt, and she swings to the left, pounding through the night towards the lights below. She watches the girl go, and she's sad for a moment, though she doesn't remember why. She looks at the stone beside her, and she knows that this is not hers, and that the maples are now too close, and she has a moment of panic. She weaves up the hill from one stone to another. She reads the names there, and she wonders who they were. She sees the flowers ravaged by the wind, and she wonders who left them. She wonders. She wonders what it was she was just looking for. She feels a tug in her memory. There's something just out of reach, something she's supposed to remember. But just then the east wind exhales and blows the last of the leaves from the maples. It passes through her, filling her, lending her substance. It picks her up and twirls her gently through the outstretched fingers of the now bare trees. She floats. She flitters on the breeze and forgets all that she's forgotten. She hangs there for a moment, between the street lamps and the starlight, and then, without a sound, she forgets herself.